It's time for Maggie and the Moms. Sponsored by Tampa General Hospital.
Welcome, everyone. We're tackling today a common struggle among us parents of teens and tweens, how to get them to disconnect from their devices. Recently, a Harris poll went straight to the source to get the best way to do that. They talked to children, and we're so fortunate because today we get to speak with one of the collaborators on that Harris poll, Lenore Skenazy. She is the author of Free Range Kids. She is the president of Let Grow. She's just one of the coolest people all around. So good to have you, Lenore.
I like that intro. Thank you, Maggie. I'm happy to be here.
It's absolutely true. And I would like to also introduce Deanna Moore at the helm over there, the executive producer of Daytime here in Tampa.
Thank you.
I know that you have questions about this too, Deanna, because your kids are coming up on that age where they're going to be like, Mom, can I have a phone, please? And it's happening sooner and sooner, Lenore, and more parents are giving in. Although I do love seeing what I feel, and am I right or am I wrong here, is now like everybody is finally getting on board with what my husband and I have thought all along. No, let's get them to disconnect. Let's give them back all the good stuff that we had as children before phones existed.
That is very much my hope. That's been my hope even before there were phones. I wanted to give kids back basically your childhood and my childhood. And what has changed over the last decade and a half is that instead of saying go outside, which parents used to say when the kids were driving them crazy or when the kids had free time, just said go outside. Now we say tacitly go online. We give them their phone, where they're safe on the couch, they're safe inside, and we've become unable to give them what it turns out they're really longing for, which is free time in the neighborhood with friends, unstructured, basically a Stranger Things, free range kids childhood. And so that's what the study with the Harris poll found out, is that kids, even though today's kids, these are 8 to 12-year-olds, have had almost a screen-based childhood by definition. When we ask them, would you rather be online with your friends, playing with them, meeting them there, or be in an organized activity like soccer or baseball or ballet, or just hang out with your friends in real life without your parents there? I don't know if your listeners will see this, so I'm just going to describe it. But
Yes.
Here is what we found. This graph shows that overwhelmingly, kids want to be just with their friends, hanging out, having fun. They don't need trophies. They don't need tutus. They don't need us. They really don't need us. Second choice was these organized activities. But third choice, trailing, was being online. So we keep saying, isn't that amazing? I mean, we keep saying kids are addicted to their phones, and they are by default, not by desire. They don't have a choice because we're not letting them go outside.
So many important takeaways to tackle from that poll. It's almost like you're like, I've been telling you this for a long time because you have been preaching this message for so many years, and you have collaborated on this Harris poll with someone else who's like leading the charge out there, Jonathan Haidt of the Anxious Generation, as well as an NYU professor. Like all these experts are telling us, and now children are telling us the same thing. I feel like that's a really important thing. Let's dissect it a little bit. It's ironic, I think, that we as parents allow our children to go on the sofa and have their devices unsupervised, where they're exposed to a whole world of strangers and who knows what online, and yet we can't let them play unsupervised in the front yard. Why?
Yeah, why is a really distorted view of what would happen if we did open the door. An earlier Harris poll, also by us, showed that when we asked parents, what do you think would happen if two 10-year-olds were playing unsupervised at the park? And 50% of them, one out of two, thought that the kids were likely to be abducted. This is in another realm of delusion.
Where does that come from?
I was going to give you an amazing statistic, which is that it's rarer than lightning. Like abduction by a stranger is It was rarer than lightning. But the fear comes from a lot of places. And I think here we are on the media, right? One of the places is the media.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
until the 80s, these fears were sort of not inflated that way. But in the 80s, we got a couple of things. We had a couple of high-profile abductions. We got cable television, which gave us the 24-hour news cycle.
Yes.
And we changed the broadcast code, which used to not allow television and other broadcast media to show really gruesome, gory, scary things. And then after that, all bets were off. And really, I hate to say it, but you know the phrase, if it bleeds, it leads. And then because we see so much of this on television, on now on our phones, and also in the movies, and on Law and Order, your brain just gets filled with these images. And your brain is not quickly, always saying, oh, this is fact, this is fiction. Let's look at the statistics. Your brain just keeps going,
Yes.
And when you think, is my kid safe? Up come these pictures, whether they're from a Liam Neeson movie or from a news story from 47 years ago, and you think, oh, my kid is not safe. And so it feels safer to bring them inside or to put them in these activities where they're always watched by an adult.
It's so true. The anxious generation could almost refer to the parents of today
Yes!
as much as the kids.
Yes.
We're still
I
living
like
in
to
the
say
Adam
that.
Walsh years when that happened 45 years ago.
Yeah. Another
Yeah.
good point. I thought it was me because I was for 20 years reporting on that stuff and it messed me up. Like I was that mom. I always tell you this until I talked to you, Lenore, until I met you a couple of years ago. And you changed my thinking because I always used to be the one, and my husband is like you, fortunately. I always used to be the one who would be like, don't even let him climb the tree because what if he falls? And my husband's like, well, good. Then they break a bone, then they learn the lesson and life goes on.
Yeah.
Right?
So what I love about you, Maggie, is that you were afraid and you started letting go anyway, because as it turns out, 17 years, same story that I'm on, I've seen that like my amazing statistics and my funny presentations and even collaborating with the geniuses of the world don't seem to move the needle. What moves the needle is what you did, which is you let go, heart and mouth for a few minutes, and you let them either climb the tree or walk to the store. And that is what changes a parent, because as hardwired as we are to be afraid and desperately worried for our kids, we are also hardwired to love when they start doing things on their own. And everybody has had this experience when their kid goes from crawling to toddling. You're thrilled. You're not going, oh, I loved it when he was crawling. Oh, this is too much. You go, look at what my kid can do. And that's what letting go does. That's why Let Grow is dedicated to making it easy, normal, and legal to let kids go, because parents don't feel like they even have that option anymore. And they really do.
Not only did it help me, like, oh, look what my kid can do. It helps my kids see what they can do all by themselves. That's also something that I started to think differently about. Instead of focusing on how dangerous it is to let them be out there alone, how dangerous it is to not let them be out there alone, because we're depriving them of all the many benefits that come with that independence.
It's absolutely true. And it's sad. I mean, there was a study done by Peter Gray, who is one of the other founders with me and John of Let Grow. And he found that over the decades, as kids' independence and free play and mobility, like to walk around the neighborhood, has been going down, and it has drastically plummeted in the last many decades. But the kids' anxiety and depression and self-harm and all sorts of terrible things have been going up. And it's not just correlation, like, oh, isn't that ironic? No, it's causation. And you can understand it because when you are micromanaged every day, somebody watching over you. No, did you try it this way? Oh, I would do this. Here, let me do this for you. It's terrible. Your intrinsic motivation is gone because somebody else is making you do things. And that's become kids' lives. And when you don't have an internal locus of control, I can handle things. Look what I did. I got lost and I found my way back home. My bicycle chain fell off and I got it back, or I limped home. All that stuff gives you this internal locus of control that you can handle things. But if there's an adult there always helping you, here, honey, let me do that for you, you are sort of over-assisted and underappreciated. Right? They don't see who you are. And that's an external locus of control.
Yeah.
Somebody else is controlling your life. That's a depressing feeling.
And then when they're on their own, they don't know what to do.
We're putting our kids in a bubble all the time. Okay, I want to ask questions about, am I doing this thing right? And I'm sure people are listening are. Okay, so I like to take the things from the 50s that the boomers did and things that millennials do and smash them together. So I let my girls like talk to their friends on FaceTime. Because I'd love for them to be outside with their friends all the time, but their friends don't live close, number one. And I don't know if I have time. I still have to do my own things. So if I let them free range on an iPad, does that work, or should I not be doing that?
I like it. I'm going to leave it to the expert, though.
I actually am not an expert on anything technological or even the stuff that John writes about in the anxious generation.
Sense.
But I can tell you that when you're talking to your friends, whether it's on phone or on FaceTime, iPad, that's talking to your friends. That's great. But I would also put in a vote for making sure that your kids get to know the neighborhood and the other local kids, because here's one of the statistics from that Harris poll, which was 75% of the kids said, quote, I would spend less time online if there were more friends in the neighborhood to play with in person. So yes, of course, their cousin lives someplace or somebody they met at camp is in another state. I want them to stay in touch. But if you open the door and then your kids are in the neighborhood and they see each other all the time and they're building something, and then tomorrow they bring them, another sandbag to it or a pallet, that's a different experience. And that's embodied, right? They're pulling things, they're high-fiving, they're smelling the trees. So you want to have both.
Can I tell you guys a story about this summer? So we felt that our son, 15 years old, was just too addicted to his phone. So you know what we did? We had a phone-free summer. We took it away from a 15-year-old. Kicking and
live
screaming,
to tell the tale.
I hate you, you're the worst. What am I going to do? My life is over. Oh, we got all of it, right? We're like, well, figure it out. So you know what happened? There was a kid down the street who doesn't go to the same school as he goes. They knew each other. They had played baseball together once, but they're not school friends, right? And so this kid it doesn't go away to camp for this summer, which he usually does. So they start hanging out. They're out riding their bike all day. They're out going to Chick-fil-A to have lunch on their own. They're feeling like the kings of the world. And they even decided to start a little business together. So now they are pressure washing sidewalks and driveways. And this would not have been born had we not forced him to disconnect and go outside unsupervised. Lenore, how proud are you of me?
I love that.
I am thrilled, and I'm glad that this is being taped, because I want to play that chunk over and over to all the parents who think, but wait a minute, that's so dangerous, or he's too spacey, or he wouldn't find anything to do, he doesn't know anyone in the neighborhood. I mean, nothing happens until action. Right? You took an action. You took away the phone and you opened the door. Those are the two things. You can't just take away the phone. You open the door, and then he found the world. He found out who he is. He found his entrepreneurial inner self, right? He found a friend that's local. I mean, these are the things that parents are dreaming of now, and they think, how could we possibly get them? You figured it out. You opened the door. Simple as that.
We never imagined it would lead to all that, but it was the best thing that ever happened.
Okay, controversial question.
Okay.
What do you think about sleepovers? Because we've talked about this many times.
I don't know that Deanna and I can let go and let grow on that one, Lenore.
I want to know what she thinks.
I think sleepovers are great. I think you teach your kid, I think everybody's worried about, porn, bad movies and molesting. So let's just address them really fast. One is no tech, right? You took away the phones for a whole summer. You can take away the phones for a night. Everybody puts their phone in a basket near the door. That's that, right? Two is, we're so worried about stranger danger, but the majority of bad things that happen to kids are unfortunately by people they know. So you teach kids the 3 R's, and you can do it throughout their entire childhoods. 1, recognize no one can touch you, wear your bathing suit covers. 2, run, kick, scream, resist, right? If anybody tries to bother you, you're allowed to just be a complete, hard ass. And then 3 is, whatever you want to say.
I love it.
3 is report. If anybody does something to you, even if they say you can't tell, I'm going to hurt somebody, whatever, tell me. I won't be mad at you. Nothing bad is going to happen. So you take away the secrecy that is the molester's best friend.
Right.
If you equip your kids with the 3 R's, you can send them to a sleepover because they know to recognize, resist, and report. And also, 99% of the time, nothing bad is going to happen. And so we can't always think of the worst case scenario and build our kids' lives based on that. What if they're abducted? There was somebody who was, I was once on a television show, so I'm trying to, promote the idea of letting go and letting grow. And then they put me on with somebody whose child had been taken from their bedroom. And it's so should they never even sleep in another room from you? I mean, we can't really pretend that these horrible, heart-wrenching anomalies are something that we have to be thinking about every day. Otherwise, you would never put your kid in a car because there's so many kids who die in car crashes. You would never live in a house with stairs, right? So you can't just go to the worst case and decide, that's it. No independence for my kid. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I had a mom ask me a couple weeks ago, can your daughter spend the night? And my husband and I, we decided we don't want to do this. We've had kids come to our house, spend the night. It's completely fine. She said, how about 8 hours? How about 8 hours at our house?
A sleep under, as they're calling it.
Yeah,
you
but this was just a day.
That
this
would be
was
involved in a sleepover, except the actual sleeping.
Hanging out at the pool. And I said, go ahead, do it. She had the time of her life. It had me second guessing, should we have just let her do it? So I don't know.
Well, it's not the last time. You can do it next time.
Right, Deanna? You let
do?
them go away and they were fine.
Yeah, I let them do sleepaway camp, but I've always said that Girl Scouts is like the great equalizer. It lets your kids think that they're doing all these things independently, but they're actually
highly
supervised.
They're less. I mean, like both my sons were Boy Scouts, and what I love about Scouts all across the board is that they are supervised, but they become supervisors. Each year they get a little older.
True.
I mean, they start dealing with the littler kids, and then you get a little troop, and then I can't remember this, you're not the troop leader, but you're whatever it is underneath the adult. And that's such a wonderful thing. One of the things we've taken out of kids' lives to their detriment is mixed ages, right? It's just whenever you're in a sport, it's like it's the 8-year-old, softball league, and all you can see is like who's the fastest, or who's the best hitter. But if you have a range of age, which is I have to tell you what Let Grow is doing about this, but if you have a range of age of kids playing together and the 12-year-old is throwing the ball, to the 5-year-old, he doesn't want to strike out a 5-year-old. There's no glory in striking out a kindergartner. So the 12, right? So the 12-year-old throws it gently, and the little kid taps it, and that's
so much to be learned.
So much empathy in the 12-year-old and leadership, and so you want the ages mixing. So let me quickly tell you about Let Grow's 2 free programs that we recommend for schools, and all the materials.
It doesn't have to be quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Please,
okay. I'm so used to
I'm
used to like news radio.
Yeah.
So first of all, speaking of mixed ages, we say keep the schools open for a Let Grow Play Club, which is really just kids playing, all the ages together. There's balls, there's cardboard boxes, there's sandbags. Do you know why we recommend sandbags filled with sand? Do you know why?
No.
Because you can't move it yourself, right? So 2
Brilliant.
kids. Right? That's like, it just brings in teamwork, collaboration, automatically kids are starting to work together. So there's an adult there because for legal purposes, really, but that they're not organizing the games and they're not even solving the arguments. They say, is this a kid problem or an adult problem? Oh, it's a kid problem. Well, you're kids. And that way kids get used to having what we like in Scouts or overnight camp or just on the block is just making your own fun, making something happen. Back to that internal locus of control. Let's try it this way. Okay. So really, if kids are deprived of that kind of play in sports and other activities, they're learning a skill. They're learning, how to kick a ball or how to play chess, but they're not learning how to come up with a new idea, how to get buy-in, how to deal with the frustration. Nobody likes your idea, but you want to play anyway, so you swallow it and then you keep going. And so free play with different ages is really important, and that's what you get with a Let Grow Play Club.
It's so simple. Why is everyone not doing that? So simple.
Yeah,
I don't
The
know.
idea is...
It is so simple, and you can have it for hours every day after school. And I have another chart just like this that's buried somewhere on my computer that showed that when kids were asked which of the after-school activities at an elementary school they liked, there was soccer, kids like that. Somebody was teaching ukulele. That was less popular. There was dance, there was drama, there was chess, and then there was play club. And the kids want play club. And what we discovered in this Harris poll is just that they are pining for free play. So here's a way to give them something that their bodies, their souls know instinctively that they need, that they've been deprived of, just like kids need food and kids need oxygen. We've really deprived them of a fundamental part of childhood. And we wonder, gee, why are they so depressed? So Play Club, Let Grow Play Club is one idea. And then the other super simple, also free idea is the Let Grow experience. And that's where teachers give kids a homework assignment that just says, go home and do something new on your own with your parents' permission, but without your parents. We got a giant list.
Let's do that, Deanna.
Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, and we're about to publish. I have my TED Talk is coming out soon. We're about to publish 4 weeks to a Let Grow kid. It's the same thing, just like climb a tree, go to the store, have a sleepover,
like a checklist.
Right, run an errand, make an appointment. Watch the dog.
Appointment.
Yeah. Make an appointment, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty young. I made my kids start call and make their own appointments, and you would think I was asking them to do a surgery. They do it, and they realize, oh yeah, that wasn't so bad.
You ask them to do anything. It's. Can I? Okay, one more. Maggie, do you want to go?
Well, I just wanted to make the point because you said free play, and it reminded me that that's an important thing that came out of the Harris poll. We only have 5 minutes, but it's not enough because a lot of parents, myself included, back in the day, think, but they are with their friends. I put them in Little League. I put her in dance class. They're with other kids. What are they talking about? Why is that an important distinction? Very quickly.
Well, very quickly is because an adult is running those things. So yes, the kids are there, but once again, they are not determining how to make something happen. I mean, what's cool about your son and the power washing is he had a summer ahead of him and he could have done anything. And what he realizes, hey, I'd like to make money. Hey, this is a way I can do it. Don't you think all the things that were kicked in because of that, it's like responsibility, resourcefulness, entrepreneurship, talking to people, right? You can't just get gigs and not talk to people, and waking up and making things happen. And sometimes the machine doesn't work. So all the things that happen when you are making something happen, being part of the world, are different from when somebody is saying, okay, you're playing second base and you're in the outfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
My question was about overscheduling. We talked about this a little bit before the podcast. When is it too much?
Kids what if you were scheduled all day at work and then all day after work? Give kids some breathing room, right? You probably are. I know. That's the world in media today. But the point is that when we think of downtime, we think of it as like, I don't know, fallow or wasted or just rest. But it's actually, we were just talking about this, in Maggie's son's downtime over the summer, he came truly alive. So you can't think of it as empty time. It is reset time. And especially if they're not on their phones, it is, figure out what you really love to do and do it time. We all want kids to follow their passions, and then we give them soccer and ballet, which are great, but we're not letting them figure out anything besides soccer and ballet.
I think some parents think because my kids are in an activity, they're not on a device, and they think they're doing them a service, but it's probably a disservice.
They could be doing more.
It's not a disservice to give your kids some wonderful classes and some fantastic experiences, but you have to think of free time without a phone outside with friends as also a fantastic, developmentally rich thing you can give your kids.
And the kids have said now they want
That's what they want.
They want it. So hopefully
they want it more than anything.
Look at that graph. And yes, we have viewers too you can watch on YouTube, so they will see that graph. Thank you, Lenore. I'm inspired every single time I talk to you. Unfortunately, it's like every couple of years, but
call me sooner. You can call me on my phone. Not my phone. Send a smoke signal. I'll answer.
Anybody else, but I hear you. When that came out, the first thing I thought was, okay, I need to give them time to be with friends. So I hear you. I know other people are hearing you. You're giving great advice. Please keep it up.
As usual. Thank you. And she was the OG because remember when she was called like the worst mom for letting her kid ride the subway alone? How long ago was that?
Let me just say he's married.
And he was 5 at the time?
To tell the tale.
It's been a minute, yeah.
See? Thank you, Lenore, for continuing the crusade and for joining us here on Maggie and the Moms.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Talk to you next time.
Good luck.
That was good.